Buenos días, amigos. Hoy es el segundo episodio de Jowp Podcast. Aquí con Jose and Gabe.
Why'd you say it in Spanish?
Because I was already in a Spanish mood, so I was like, I'll just say the whole thing in Spanish.
What's a Spanish mood?
As in, like, I was in a mood to just speak Spanish.
Why?
I don't know. Because you were like, bro, test the mic. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, I should do it in
And
Spanish.
then you said, do it. And I was like, do I sound nice? And so I made the voice, and it just made me think of like Spanish, like telenovela men, where they're like, Verónica, no, así no es. You know what I'm saying, right, Gabe? You know, like a little bit of Spanish.
Yeah, I know a lot. I'm fluent.
All right, what did I
But
say?
Jose, what you got?
Okay, Jose, yeah, what you got? Today's your...
I think I
Anything
know
interesting,
Spanish.
Dad?
Anything interesting about the Spanish? I know
No, just in
Spanish.
general. Today, anything crazy?
Like,
No, not
would it
really.
be
Past
crazy if
week.
like today's your
I
birthday?
mean, at this moment in time, it is 9:15 in the morning, September 19th, 2021.
All right.
And today
This is,
I do
this
turn
is-
Way to
21
dox
years
it.
old.
This is gonna be chronology, the
Yeah.
second episode, but
Yeah.
we're filming it first. Tomorrow, when we film the actual first episode, I'm gonna say like, "Welcome to the first episode of the JOWP podcast." It is September 20th exactly. Then whatever time it's gonna be.
Yeah, we'll figure it out when the time comes. It's okay.
Actually, we might not be able to film the first episode after gym
Why?
because I have to go to the job thing, and I'm gonna be there till 3.
That's fine. We're good.
Yeah, we'll
We're planning
figure
on
it
doing it
out.
after the chiropractor.
Yeah.
Oh, dope. Then yeah,
Yeah,
it works
so
out all
So it's
fine.
like around
4.
5 or something.
Cool.
4:30. Yeah.
4:35.
4:30.
Usually when we're done.
I mean 5. I meant 5. You said 5, right?
Yeah, 5.
It's close to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes a while. 'Cause
Yeah.
When we're there, she always wants to be like, on me, and I'm like,
She's always talking to me like, so Jose, you still working hard, big boy? And I'm like, yeah, you know me, baby girl.
I know for a fact y'all are lying, but
No, it was
Oh.
funny. She
I'll
lied to
believe it.
Jose the other day.
Oh yeah.
Say it.
What do you mean? Oh
Explain it.
yeah,
Explain
I was there.
you weren't there.
Was I
He's
not?
in the car.
Were you in the
You
car?
explained it to me.
Explain it, Jose.
I don't think I can remember. I
can.
I was on the table. Okay, yeah, I remember. I was on the table. She was setting me up for a
Glug glug?
decompression, whatever they call it.
Decompression of the balls.
And she was like, "Anything? You still working long hours?" She did say that. You still
I,
working
I
long
was, I
hours?
was gonna deny that one.
And I was like, "Yeah, but I'm only working 48 this week." And she was like, "Wow." And I was like, "Yeah, I requested my birthday off. It's this Sunday." And she was like, "Oh, happy birthday." And I was like, "Yeah, man, thanks." And she was like, "Gonna do anything?" I was like, "I don't know, man. Probably gonna chill with Gabe." And she was like, "Oh, I'll make sure to tell Gabe to throw you a surprise party." And I was like, "It's not a surprise then, but
If I know about it, it's not gonna be a surprise. Then what else?
Yeah, I went out to the car after we finished, and I told Gabe. I was like, "Did she tell you anything?"
I
And
was
Gabe,
like, nah.
Gabe said no. She didn't tell me.
She went
anything.
back in there and be like, "What's the big idea?" Unless you're lying too
No,
to keep the
she didn't.
surprise party.
She told me nothing.
That's a good way to keep the surprise party, Gabe.
I should have gone back in there like, "Why didn't you tell him anything?"
Nah, she doesn't like you. She likes me.
She needs
though.
to play up the act for you to for her to get paid.
Every time I wear some different type of shirt, she's always trying to talk about it. I'm like, chill.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you saw them that one time with the plague doctor shirt.
Oh yeah.
They were like, I was
I
like,
mean,
oh,
they
chill.
weren't like that.
Yeah, I mean, the blonde one was
She has a husband.
me.
You're a home. Soon to be me.
Yeah,
Future me got to her first.
I am a home. Yeah,
What?
I'm home. I'm home. That's all I was gonna say.
I'm a homie.
I'm a home. Yeah, true.
Unbelievable.
So that
Oh.
happened.
So Jose, do you want to talk about your past trauma with soap and why you don't use it right now?
Past trauma.
Jose, you
Yeah,
don't wash
remember?
yourself?
What past trauma?
You remember, Jose? We talked about this 2 days ago.
You told me about. We didn't talk about it.
Yes,
you
we
told
did.
Me about it.
Yes, we did.
You told me about it, and I stood there and I said no.
All right,
No,
what
'cause-
happened, Gabe? He's gonna deny it.
Yeah, of course he's gonna die. So, you know, because you come here all the time.
Yeah.
You see that his soap is always full.
Yeah.
Because this man doesn't use soap.
He doesn't
He's
wash his
gross.
hands.
Yeah, he's disgusting.
His fountain, not his fountain. His sink is always dry.
So the other day, I had this weird dream. Well, I had a dream, right? Get that off.
Okay.
Get it off.
And I was like, I woke up, it felt like a real world. I was like, I'm in the real world. For some reason, Jose walked in my room and he was like, sup. And then he went in my room. No, he went in my bathroom to go use the bathroom. And then he went over to the sink, washed his hands, but he didn't use soap. And that was the end of the dream. And I was like, why did I dream that?
Okay.
So I went out to Jose, like, I think the day of, I woke up and I was
In
like,
the real world.
yeah, I was like, did you do this, Jose? He's like, no. And I was like, oh, makes sense. So I asked him, I was like, so why don't you use soap, basically? And we went through his past traumas, because when he was younger, I think he said like 8, he was in the shower.
What, you get soap in your eye?
No. He was in the shower and he said he dropped something, so he had to go pick it up. But the soap fell and he sat on the soap and it went in his butt.
Gabe says it was bottled soap.
I
Like the
believe
plastic
it.
bottle with the that has the little
Like that is a nook.
the
I
little
believe
nook.
it.
I was surprised. He said he did not come, even though that hook should have been right in the G spot.
Yeah, the male G spot. You should have been like on site. You did say you were a menace since you were like in middle school, not even elementary school. I'm pretty sure because you were like, I remember my elementary school teacher.
Oh, yeah.
Was this like the origin story of how you became a menace?
No,
I've never heard it. What's the story about your elementary school teacher?
she was a baddie.
That's it? That's the story?
Funny enough,
They say I'm a menace because I remember.
no. Funny
when
enough,
I was like in
we
fourth
know this
grade.
is also another reason why we call him a menace. I searched up her name on Facebook. She's not it at all.
It wasn't the same person.
There's only 2 people on Facebook that had the same name, and both of them were apparently not it,
No, they're not.
which is surprising because unless she just doesn't believe in. Unless I could find it probably on MySpace.
Exactly.
I doubt it. How many years ago was that? I guess Facebook probably wasn't a thing when we were in elementary school.
Elementary school. I have no idea how old Facebook is.
Me neither.
Maybe not. Yeah, that's probably realistic. It could.
Even
be
if I did
true.
Google, I should have been able to Google her name, and then she
Yeah.
as a staff of the school.
I think at most points people have Facebook now. Like even though I don't use
Especially
it, I
as
have
like
one.
either for family or business.
Yeah, exactly. Like you have one, right?
I have it for family. Yeah, I just
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
use it.
Most people do it to at least keep up with something.
Yeah, when I was in El Salvador, my uncle, my cousin, he was like, "Why don't you message me?" I messaged you on Messenger. You didn't message me back. I'm like, "Oh, I don't use Facebook." He's like, "Why you have it then?" I was like, "That's a good question. That's a good."
family.
He's like, "Why don't you talk to me? I'm family." I'm like, "You're
That's
right.
true.
You're so
Crazy.
right." So I can't even say I used to use it just to play games during school.
Me too.
True, I did too. I think at this point though, I just use Facebook to see what my family's doing, not to interact with them.
Yeah.
I just want to be like, okay, so that's what they're doing. Okay. And sometimes I want to look up old elementary school friends since before I moved here. Like, oh, so they're moving up in life.
All I
He's
use,
doing
all I
nothing.
use it now is like, oh, I was tagged in something for what?
You get tagged in things?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
like
do too.
my
For
birthday,
family, most likely.
Oh.
my family or my birthday.
I get tagged in stuff that's weird sometimes. It's like related to my sister, and then they tag me. It's like, where Gabe at? I'm like, why did I get tagged?
Where's Gabe?
I'm not relevant to the
I don't
conversation.
know. Let me see like the last time I was tagged on Facebook. Maybe I can find something interesting.
I mostly use Facebook for games.
Yeah, I have 100.
Oh, you have a Facebook?
Yeah.
I have 112 messages.
For games.
Do you have any friends?
Me?
No, Jose on
No,
Facebook.
I don't know. Probably not. Like I said, I use
Oh,
it for
yeah.
games. You know, like how in games they're like log in with
Yeah,
Facebook
yeah.
and you get 5,000 gems.
Yeah, I think that's why we all used. I think as far as creating Facebook, I think that's probably why we all created it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was the there was Words with Friends. I know was one.
Mhm.
There's another game that I used it for too.
There's this one mobile like zombie game that I used to play a lot on my phone. And then I found out you can connect it on Facebook, and then the browser on Facebook, you could just play it on there. So I pulled up my laptop during school. I logged into that hoe, and I just started playing at school.
Bro.
And the teacher was like, "What doing?" And I'd be like, "Assignment." He's like, "What's the assignment?" "Oh, geography. You're a sophomore. What are you doing in geography?" Be like,
And this is math.
I'm a math teacher.
Be like, "What?"
What? What time is it?
I'd be like, "I graduated." I'd be like, "What are you doing here on a Saturday?" Last I checked, it was Friday. Like, oh my god, it's unbelievable.
Imagine spending a whole day playing a zombie farm game.
It wasn't a farm
It
game.
wasn't. No.
It was like a
Is
survival.
it Plants for Zombies?
No, it was a I forgot what it's called, but the game is all about like you have a little. It was like a survival game. It was like
Like
a
in what way?
wave-based survival, not like wave, like kind of like zombies. But
like
for-
Plants vs Zombies.
Like in Zombies Call of Duty?
Yeah, like you
Oh,
have
is
to
it like,
defend this one area.
It's like a little dot shooter thing. You kind of like spin around. It's like a what's it called? A bullet hell?
No.
It's not a bullet hell game.
If I find it, I'll bring it up. So yeah,
Sounds.
I don't get
interesting.
I don't get like tagged in anything. I just keep getting updates from everyone I follow.
Yeah, I do too. That's why I think I have 100 notifications.
I think I might have like 2 friends. Which is pretty good for me.
More than your
What?
usual amount.
Is that the proper amount for you?
I think so. I might have more, honestly. I'd be surprised.
Like when I was still working at Roadhouse, whenever I would get bored, I just pull up my Facebook and I just start like looking at my coworkers' Facebooks and be like, what's their origin story?
I have 6
Where did they
friends.
begin?
I guess I haven't been tagged to anything in a while.
I have 6 friends.
I heard you.
That's crazy.
It's very crazy.
2 of
Am
them
I
are
one
the
of
same
them?
people.
I'm
No.
just watching your cat go off on this piece of wire.
Fake.
2 of them are the same people, dude.
I don't know. When I look up Jose Oviedo, I don't even see you. Unless one of these mirror selfies is you.
No. you know, I don't take selfies.
Yeah, I don't even see you on here. I didn't know there was that many Jose's out there.
No, of course.
I have
of course
42
there are.
friends.
42.
Yeah.
Mr. Popular.
Like, what can I say? How many do you have, Gabe?
How do you check?
You just click on your profile and you just scroll down and it just says how many friends you have.
I don't know. I don't know where my profile is.
That's
It's
top
at the-
right.
I don't use the Facebook app
It's at the
very
top.
often.
Top right.
Wait, never mind.
Yes? Oh. 55.
Popular
Dang,
boy. I have
Mr.
42.
Popular.
Oh. It's all family.
Yeah, it's all family.
He's
Like,
still popular.
I think like I'm
it's
sure like
all
a good
family,
12.
maybe like 10 from elementary school.
I have like a good 12 that are just people I know.
yeah.
Well, that's like not family.
The only reason I have some of these people is because like I knew when I moved away I was gonna lose connection with them, so I was like, all right, I'll add them on Facebook. So if they ever want to do something, like shout me out, they can.
Shout you out.
Well, like by shout me out, I mean like hit me up or something. They
okay.
can.
I thought you meant like when they make it big.
No,
I
I
want to
don't assume they
shout
would.
out at Gabe.
He was
Yeah,
there
shout out
since
my
elementary
podcast real
school.
quick. I was your homie in elementary school.
He's like, now then he fell off. He didn't want to.
How did I fall off? By moving?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
didn't talk to us no more.
He just
le-
moved.
He thought he was the big shot after he went to the Yee state.
I don't think they know what state I went to. I didn't tell them. I don't
Seriously,
think.
he just
Damn.
disappeared.
No, I told them I was leaving. I don't think I knew where I was going though.
Yeah, they'd probably call you fake for that.
And be like, he says he doesn't know where he went. Obviously, he did.
Bro, I was 8 or something like that.
He's over there now. Obviously, he knew where he was going.
Or like 10.
They've had the grudge on you since 8 years old.
Imagine.
No shot. I think they actually just had to have forgotten me. Like I have really good memory, so I'll remember them. But I think most people, like the average American, doesn't have good memory, and I'm sure I'm forgotten.
I think that's accurate.
Yeah.
The average American doesn't have good memory.
You just want to feel like you're average.
No. I think I'd say I'm pretty above average.
You're not. Pretty below average.
I
If
don't
we're being
think so.
honest.
I mean, if we're talking about
I found the game. It's called Dead Trigger.
I know that
Yeah,
game.
You know the game?
Yeah, I love that game.
Apparently they have a second one. I just found
yeah,
that out
there is
right
a
now.
second. It's like a first-person shooter
Yeah.
game.
I can just show you right now.
And it's not. I think
It's kind of like zombies, honestly. It's kind of like
I've
zombies.
never seen that. That's
Yeah.
a Facebook game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, it's an app game, but
It's an app game.
It's an app game?
Yeah.
I've never seen that before.
I used to play that all the time too.
When I think of Facebook games, I associate like the most lazy
Dragon City.
production.
like
Like a Dragon Veil.
Dragon Veil.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball is not a Facebook
like,
game.
Like the most lazy
It is on
games,
Facebook, though.
Trash games.
No, that's Dragon City.
no, it's not Dragonville because if you connect your Facebook to it, I know you get 30 crystals on there. Other than the fact that you've dropped $300 on it, I'm sure you've connected your Facebook to it.
$300 on it.
Oh, you don't want the podcast to know that?
I like to clarify that.
It's fine, Jose. I've dropped
It
more
was
than $100 on games.
30.
You have?
Valorant, yeah.
Bro.
How much have you dropped on Valorant?
Valorant, like 200.
200.
I'm not willing to. I'm not embarrassed. What I bought, I like. Alright. Sure, everything's-
You could have bought like 3 games,
Bruh,
4 games.
I got nothing to play right now. I don't have a PS5. I can't play Ratchet and Clank. Elden Ring ain't out yet.
Doesn't it come out soon?
I think it comes out in January.
No,
2022.
Like
2022.
I think it's like February.
I think it's the beginning of 2022. I'm pretty sure it is January
Really? I thought it was
That's what I
February.
heard.
or February. I know it's very early into 2022.
If only Jack still had his countdown, we would know.
That man.
100
Text him
159
be
days
like, put your
until-
countdown back up.
Let me see. I'm sure I have.
Yeah, I can look it up and see.
I'm sure it's got to be January. I was told January anyways, so that's what I'm believing.
I'm hyped for that though. I'm gonna play that. I want to play God of. Did God of War come out in 2022 as well?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I know that's like first game to come out. I'm pretty sure that is like I'm 100% sure that's at January.
January 21st.
No wait, never mind. No, I don't because it didn't even have a release date for the trailer.
Yeah, January 21st, 2022.
Elden Ring?
Elden Ring? Okay, what about God of War? Because I know my dad doesn't like that I do this, but I do this with a lot of things, any type of media. I'll just watch something if I haven't seen the prequel. That's what I'm gonna do with God of War. I'm gonna play the new God of War. I've not played a single God of War. I'm gonna still play the new one.
So weird.
I tell my dad like if I like it, that's how you know it's good because I didn't need context to like it. Like I watched It too. I didn't watch It.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen the first It either.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know
so, like,
anything.
Why am I weird?
Because you are. I didn't know what was going on.
It's called It too.
It too.
Yeah.
You still went to go see it.
Oh yeah, because you guys went to go. You want to go and see It too? I'll be like, yeah, sure. We went there and it was like, have you seen the first one? No, but I'm already here. I already bought the ticket.
I remember watching the
And
first one when I was little.
If you want to be technical, you've seen some of the Avengers movies. You haven't seen all the Marvel movies.
True.
Yeah, I have.
No.
All of them?
Pretty sure, because my dad
No.
used to like watch them all. So I've seen like the original Hulk.
Spider-Man?
Like
Tom Holland Spider-Man?
yeah, I've seen Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Doctor Strange?
Yeah,
All
Iron-
3 Thors?
yeah,
Iron
All
Man.
3 Captain Americas?
yeah.
All
Iron
3
Man.
Iron Mans?
Yeah.
Who else is there? Captain Marvel?
All right, you got me there.
Hawkeye.
Yeah, gotcha.
You got me
Does
there.
Hawkeye have movies?
What?
No, Hawkeye's gonna have a show coming out next year.
A show?
I think it's gonna be involving his daughter becoming the next Hawkeye, because I'm pretty sure in MCU he's pretty much retired,
Yeah.
and his daughter is gonna step up and be the Kate Bishop of the MCU.
To me,
Kate
it's,
Bishop?
it's just
Yeah, that's his daughter's name in the comics.
I can't
Kate
really remember
Bishop.
anything that Hawkeye's done.
Like in the movies or just in general?
In the movies. I don't read comics. I don't know
he
what
had that
does.
one no-look shot in the first Avengers.
That's
movie.
it.
Yeah, that was pretty sick,
He just
though.
went.
And when he was Ronin in was that Endgame?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he was Ronin in Endgame, he looked cool.
He did look really cool.
He just looks cool. I don't
Ronin
think
in the comics is really cool. They kind of just didn't let him do anything really in the movie. He had one scene, and then that
What
was
does he
it.
do in the comics?
He does more. His character is pretty much the same, but it's just the fact that you get to see him more is what's different. You don't really get to see him in the movie. He does one scene. Otherwise, it's like the same-ish. It's obviously not the Thanos thing is different. That's a movie-only thing.
Yeah.
But aside from that, he goes down the same path. No, when he's Ronin in the comics, because he lost his memories of being Hawkeye. So he had amnesia, and for some reason he went to becoming Ronin. I don't remember how it got to that stage, but I know it had something to do with amnesia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I don't read
Hawkeye
comics.
movie. I
The,
like
only,
Hawkeye.
the only graphic books I read were kids' books when I was in elementary school and manga.
In elementary school, you read manga?
No, like kids' books, like with
like
the
now?
images, like
Oh,
Dr.
okay.
Seuss,
Okay.
like
You never read a single comic book?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
Me neither.
I never had an interest in comic books.
Do you have an
Geronimo
interest in
Stilton.
manga?
I was different. When I was younger, I had no interest in comic books. I didn't have an interest in reading to begin with when I was younger.
Okay, that makes sense. You were dyslexic.
Yeah, so I was like, if I can't read this properly, why read it to begin with?
But that would make more sense though, because it's easier to read than
Because it's just
books.
pictures.
Yeah, it's
I think of
pictures
that.
and, like,
When I was
dialogue.
younger, I was just like, read, no,
No shot.
no.
Look at pages? No.
And then I grew up and I was like, then what was the first manga I read?
Dead Man Wonderland?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Dead Man Wonderland. Because it's the same reason why I read the Attack on Titan manga. I did not like how it ended, the season. So I was like, I'm gonna wait for season 2 of Dead Man Wonderland.
Never
Come
come
to
out.
find
Never
out, that anime was like 2005, and I was like, because I saw it in 2010, I was like, 5 years, I'm sure. Like how Jose is with Real Steel 2. He just like was dead set on it coming out. Anyways, no, we gotta set this in stone. Hype. That movie ain't coming out, Jose.
I am set. Anyways, yeah, I remember watching.
Anyways, so after I read it, I was like, I still wasn't happy, but I was like, now I know what happened after the scene.
Is the
Dead Man
manga?
Wonderland?
Yeah,
Is the manga good?
it's all right. Yeah,
Tyler said it's pretty like mid. He's the only one
When
I
I-
know who read it who's not biased.
when I read it, I was like, this is it, peak fiction. But I would never call it peak fiction. But I was like, this is it because it's my first manga.
Wasn't Dead Man Wonderland your first anime too?
Yeah.
So
No,
it's-
actually, Sword Art Online was my first anime.
Over
Dead Man
Candy
Wonderland.
Candy?
I guess. Dead Man Wonderland was the first anime I went out to go like find and watch.
Out of your way
How'd
to
you
go
watch
see?
Sword Art Online?
Netflix.
Netflix.
Is that not going out of your way to find it?
I was told about it. I remember because I had a bunch of friends who like watched anime in middle school.
How?
Because
anime was like underground back then. How did you find it?
They would have pins. I'd be like, what is that? They'd be like, it's a show that I watched. And I was like, what is it? I remember I had a friend. She was like, oh yeah, it's Attack on Titan. I was like, what's that?
Okay, that makes sense. Everyone watched Attack on Titan. So this was like
2013?
Seventh grade then.
8th, 7th grade.
Yeah, because 6th grade, no shot. Me and Devin were like, low-key walking around where he was like, you watch manga? I was like, yes. He's like, me too. I'm like, oh, go.
It's because I had friends, and then I found out that they watched anime. So it wasn't like they weren't like the Shishibaka, like doing the little finger
well, yeah, that's
thing.
a nowadays thing.
Yeah.
People in our generation didn't do that.
But like, they would just have small things, kind of like how I like my JoJo stuff. I like it, or my anime stuff to be, hey yo, they can't see it. They can't. For all they know, I'm naked right now.
He's not.
Bro,
for the audio only listeners.
For the only listeners.
He's rocking a JoJo shirt. It's fully blastered on his shirt. There's nothing low key about it. It's
It just says Unbreakable. No one's gonna know what this is.
Bro, look at the dude.
I mean, if you don't know JoJo, you won't know what this is.
You know it's anime.
No.
Yes, you do.
What about this looks like anime?
the style?
The style.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
It just looks like.
At this
like,
day and age, people know what anime style is.
it looks like splash paint.
No, it looks like anime.
They'll just look at it and go, "What anime is that?"
Because
Like,
even your gamer sub shirt, which isn't technically anime, if someone's seen it, they would say it's anime because they
fair
know the
enough.
anime
for
style.
that one, yeah. Oh yeah, I have a gamer sub shirt, by the way. You know.
Just in case you want to sponsor us.
Oh yeah.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I do have Bourdain X cup.
Nah.
Just saying.
Nah. I like the color. I like the pastel yellow they used for that cup. Anyways, back to what I was originally saying. Actually, instead of like going off to somewhere else, they would always have these small things. They would have pins or like keychains, and I'd be like, "What's this? What is that?" And they'd be like, "It's Attack on Titan. It's Sword Art Online. It's a Blue Exorcist. I think it was one of them." It's middle school. I don't think people we didn't have all these bangers.
I guess
They didn't have JoJo yet.
And they
I
did.
mean,
They
did
weren't
have
into JoJo yet. They didn't know what it was
I
yet.
think in middle school though, people our age only watched the popular stuff. Like the underground stuff is people that like the generation before us watched because they're older. Like they grew up. Because see, when we grew up, Death Note just came out essentially. 'Cause
Really?
It came out in like 2007. So we were like 7 when it came out.
That's
But like the generation before us, they were like 20 when it came out. So of course they heard of it and watched
They
it.
had like
instantly.
Neon.
Death Note's popular.
Neon
though. That's
Genesis,
about it.
Evangelion.
Yeah, Ava. A lot of people watched
Evangelion.
Ava. I think like everyone from like if you had an older brother like I did,
Yeah.
that generation, they pretty much all seen
I
Ava.
didn't. My older sister only saw
I said
Sailor
brother.
Moon. So
My older brother only watched Naruto.
my little sister, she keeps coming up to me for anime recommendations, and I'm like, I had to write her a list. I was like, hey, watch this.
You made
this,
her a
and
The
that.
list.
anime she can watch.
Exactly. She's like 11, so I don't want her watching anything like KK
Oh,
Guri.
she aged.
Shut up. She's like, yeah. She's been like 9 for the past 3 years.
Now she's 11.
She finally aged.
Yeah.
She skipped 2 years.
Crazy. But like, she was like, can I watch KK Guri? And I was like, no.
No.
Doesn't she keep asking you that?
Yeah, she does. I was like, am I ready to watch it? And I was like, no.
Just like come back when you're 13. Not even 13. I
Come
guess
back when
13 probably fine.
I think
but
because
it's up to you.
once she turned like 11, I was like, sure.
I think because Kekiguri for the most part is a middle school anime, so once she reaches middle school, it's
Yeah.
pretty much fine.
Because she was like, why don't you want to have me watch it? And I was like, specifically for one scene, it's the girl with the Russian roulette who likes, and not because of Russian
Oh, okay.
roulette, but it's because of that character. I didn't want her to be like, that's cool.
And like base her personality off
Yeah,
it.
because not only is it annoying,
Yeah,
but then she just starts like in the bathroom. I'm like, that's
'cause-
weird. I don't want her thinking
Okay.
that's like cool.
Like
because
that's
when you're
okay.
younger, you're you go over there.
No, that's just kind of like that's okay.
That's
What?
okay.
To
No, like
in the bathroom.
nah, you don't want her thinking like that's
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, when you're younger, you're pretty impressionable on things. I think that's why a lot of this new generation bases their personality on anime, and that's why they're so cringy.
Jose believes he's the black swordsman.
I don't say that.
You're like,
Jose, I walk in your room, your back is faced to me. You have your what's that called? What's his sword?
What sword?
you know
Kirito's
the sword.
I don't know the sword.
Yeah, you do.
Stop being cringy. Jose, it's in your room.
Excalibur.
No, Kirito's sword.
Excalibur.
Of course, you
black
know the
sword?
name.
Unbelievable.
I don't know. He does have an Excalibur sword.
Yeah, every time I walk in the room, he always has his back facing.
No,
to
the
door.
Excalibur sword was the
golden
was
one.
an alpha. No, we're talking
No.
about the pure black one.
The pure black one. I do not know the name of that honestly. I forgot the name.
I'm so sure.
I did.
Okay. Yeah, I don't.
No one believes you, okay?
Because I remember, because I did watch a lot of SAO. The Excalibur.
Didn't you say you watched it like 17 times?
You're
6.
lying.
6?
Jose, that's 4 more times than I saw SAO.
That's more times than I've watched any anime at all. I've never watched an anime that much.
I wanted to watch it sub and dub.
And
I've
why?
only
Where did
watched,
it come
How
in
I Met Your Mother
6?
that many times. What'd you say?
That's a
Eduardo?
god one right there. That's a godly show. Yeah. So I guess back to the whole manga situation. And you know how we keep like getting off topic. Because after this and that, I would just already be around people that liked anime. So it was just inevitable for me to like get in there. Because the whole reason why I even got, because I saw Sword Art Online. My friend, she was like, you should. It was mostly females. Now that I think
Yeah,
about
we
it.
knew you were a simp. You've always been a simp your whole life, Eduardo.
It's because I only had 2 sisters. I was more accustomed to like talking to girls than guys.
And that's what everyone says.
That is
Who's that? Who's that? Everyone?
Everyone.
Who's the everyone?
Every-
I had a sister too, Eduardo.
But you had you had brothers.
Okay.
I didn't.
I had 4 sisters.
You had
You had a
Devin.
brother.
Hang on, you had Devin.
I don't even know how I became friends with Devin. I'm gonna be honest.
Nah. You're gonna sit there and tell me on the podcast, right? You know Devin's listening to this. You're gonna say Devin is not like a brother to you?
That's different.
You know he's gonna be hurt
This
by
was
that.
middle school. I was fake in middle school. He became a brother in high school.
You knew him in elementary school, didn't you?
Dang.
I don't know. I literally don't know.
You don't
how we
remember when you
became
met
friends.
Devin?
You're
Not really.
saying Tyler and Devin are not like brothers to you.
In serio?
That's not it.
You're saying that on the podcast?
That's not at all what I
Crazy.
said.
Wait
That
until
is-
they see
That's
episode
not at
2.
all what I said.
Wait until they see
get to
episode
2.
2. That's crazy.
Are we filming this weekly?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Crazy. Okay.
Yeah, they won't see this for a while.
They won't see this. They won't see this until like 2 weeks.
Probably more.
But wait till they
Oh,
do
yeah.
see it.
Yeah, but when they do,
'Cause,
it'll be
like,
different.
I didn't really talk. They weren't in the anime. I know Devin was. Tyler wasn't in the anime game in middle school.
He wasn't? I thought he was.
Was he not?
He got into it
In
in
middle school?
He wasn't really into it.
Didn't he get
until
into it like junior year, high
he
school?
really got into it high school.
I think it was freshman year he told me because he said there was one point where he was like a horny teenager and he watched all a bunch of ecchi and hentai.
When he used to say that High School DxD was like peaked.
Did he?
He said that for a while.
he did. He
said
really-
it- when we worked at Sonic, he was saying that, and I was like, what? Because the whole reason I watched it is because he said, actually take out the ecchi. It's actually a top 5 plot, and I was like, no shot. So I watched it, and I was like,
That's cap.
this you, Tyler?
That's cap.
This your
And
show?
he was like, all right, maybe I jumped the gun a bit.
so,
Maybe
yeah,
I over exaggerated.
because he wasn't into it. I didn't really talk to Devin in middle school, so I wouldn't know. I spoke to mostly females, and like the only friends that were male that I did know were sweats on Call of Duty, and because I played a lot of Call of Duty in middle school. I was a quick scope god, if I could say so myself. I was in middle school. For all I know, I was garbage.
You probably
You
were.
were garbage.
I mean, you played so much though. I think you were good enough.
Yeah.
For your age, you were probably good.
Especially because my highest killed weapon with my gun with the highest kills was the DSR, which was a sniper in the game.
Isn't like
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That
Isn't
means
that
you were always
like-
trying to go for eclipse.
Yeah. I never tried trick shotting because I was like, this is stupid. I'm trying to end the game.
It's stupid.
I'm not trying to flex on kids being like.
You never wanted to
360.
join phase?
No.
So do you never have a point where you're just like, I have a tomahawk, I'm just gonna cross map and see if I hit someone?
Oh,
I
no,
feel like
I did-
everyone
I did-
tries
I did
that.
die that.
Yeah.
Especially when I see people would get hit, I'm like, that's possible.
Yeah.
So I like look up and just throw it the second I spawned in.
You ever done that? You ever connected a shot?
I played the game for 2 years and I never got a shot.
Okay, I never did when I was younger, but I did against I think Eddie. It's in one of the clips on my YouTube channel. We were playing just
Ops
knives
3?
and tomahawks,
Yeah.
and I started the match and I was like, chuck that hoe and hit Eddie, and he's like, what? I'm like, let's go. I hit that. And then he watched the kill cam. He was like, bro, he was salty.
Yeah, and it's funny enough because I never got a gold gun in the game. The only thing I got gold in Black Ops 2 was my knife.
Hey, that's super.
'Cause I wanted to
I
flex.
think yeah, me too. Yeah.
I wanted to flex on people being like, yeah, you got your guns gold. I got my knife gold.
Did you ever do the ghetto gold paint where you can make it look
Nope.
gold? Nope. I did that. Of
course you
I was
did.
like, yeah, I'm good. I got
What
gold.
camo is that?
It's like I think it's like a gradient or something, but I can't. I used to look up tutorials. I'm sure they're still out there. You used to look up tutorials
In
how
Black
to
Ops
make gold
3 or
knives.
2?
Huh?
In Black Ops 3 or 2?
I think.
Because I can see it in
201.
3.
I think 2.
Probably not 2. Because you
No,
can.
it might have been 3 then.
You had to have preset camos on 2. You couldn't.
The reason
really-
where you wall ride and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 3.
Yeah, I didn't play Black Ops 3 that much. Because I still had a PS3 by the time that came out. I didn't get a PS4 till later on, and I was like, I'm good.
I think Black Ops 3 is underrated. It's like I think it's my favorite.
That was fun.
Everyone hates on it.
I have it, but at that time, I think Advanced Warfare and Ghost had come out. Right.
Advanced Warfare is trash though, and so
It
is
is.
Ghost.
So is Ghost.
Ghost is not trash.
It is.
I feel like the gameplay of it was.
That's,
I really,
that's the biggest.
I really enjoyed Ghost's story because I was replaying it when I was in El
that's
Salvador.
what,
But then I was playing, I was like, it's wonky.
that's what
Yeah.
I've been told. I've been told Ghost has a good story, but the game is still trash.
I was playing it again. I played all of it while I was there, and I was like, I was younger. I didn't really care for story when I was younger. I was like, pew pew, shoot stuff.
True.
Yeah.
And now that I play it again, I'm like, this is amazing. The story,
Amazing.
pretty good.
I actually don't remember any of the stories from the Call of Duty games. I used to play all of them. I just don't remember them. I think they all were either mid or just bad. I think if they were good enough, I'd remember it. Because I remember Halo Reach's story to this day, and I played that when I was like maybe 13, 12. I still remember the story like that.
Because I didn't even play story on Black Ops. I went straight to multiplayer. Because the whole reason why I even played Black Ops was because my friend, he was like, you want to join my Call of Duty clan?
Motion?
Yeah, that's how I got Motion Prodigy. He was like, I was like, sure, what is the clan? He goes, Prodigy. I'm like, oh, snap. He's like, yeah, just figure out a name at the beginning. I was like, I could not think of a name. I was like, Penguin Prodigy, PP.
Ew.
PP.
I'm glad you did not come up with that.
I was like, and he's like, no, that's garbage. And I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Shock Prodigy. He's like,
Shock.
no. And I was like, okay. Blue Prodigy. And he goes, how about Motion? I'm like, I like that.
Blue Prodigy.
Because my favorite color is blue. So I was like, and I liked penguins at the time. So I was like, oh, Penguin Prodigy? No. Blue Prodigy? No.
What about Shock? Where'd you get Shock from?
It was blue. I don't know.
It was blue?
Actually, I think that
Shock is blue?
Yeah.
Shock is not a thing. It's an
You
action.
ever seen like Shock Blue?
Shock
The color
blue?
Shock Blue?
Shock blue?
Yeah.
Shock.
Electric Blue.
Like-
Never mind.
Oh,
Okay.
It's electric blue.
Yeah.
Electric Prodigy?
No, it was still Shock.
It's still Shock. Remember, Ward was an idiot
Yeah.
through and through. He
So-
wasn't like smarter back when he was younger.
So
If
he,
anything, he'd be more dumb.
he literally goes, no, that's all garbage. How about
Yeah.
Motion Prodigy? And I was like, I like that.
Is
that pro?
Good.
Huh? No,
Was that
it was
pro?
Drew.
Oh,
Roy. Yeah.
wow.
And he was like, I was like, dope. Yeah. I forgot who else was in it. But Pro, I believe, was in it. No, it was someone else that we knew. It was before I met him.
Because Pro doesn't even have Prodigy in his name.
Pro?
So
No, it's just
didn't
Pro
you meet him
Gunner.
from like Destiny or something?
Because I met him from another friend that I met from Drew.
Sam?
No.
When did you meet Sam?
I met Drew. I met Sam. I have no idea. He was friends with
Artist?
Pro.
Oh.
I didn't meet artists until after.
So you met
What is
Pro,
this
and through
connection?
Pro you met Sam,
No,
and through Sam you met Artist?
I met Drew, which I met another friend named Chrome,
Oh.
which I met Pro, which I met Sam, which I met Artist.
all those layers just to get to
Jeez.
Artist, who became one of our members of the group.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Full
I-
cycle.
Because I remember I was like, Motion Prodigy, this is it. I like it.
You were looking at it on the screen like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was like, because I used to have just a personal account, which was literally my middle name and the year I was born. And I didn't have
know.
online, so I was just playing games. So it didn't really matter what the name was. And then, oh yeah, I did have online. PS3 didn't have a subscription to PS Plus like that.
Mhm. That's what I loved about PlayStation for the longest time. That's the reason I played Call of Duty so much on there. They still had Call of Duty wasn't a PlayStation exclusive, right?
No.
Yeah, I just never would know. My Xbox was only used for Minecraft and like GTA. Oh, I'm still mad to this day that I lost my GTA save file. Or yeah, it might still be there actually.
GTA 5?
Actually, not anymore. If
Yeah,
it's on the Xbox, I remember Rockstar turned off their servers for
Oh.
last gen.
Oh, it's fine. If I get an Xbox One though, like I think it'd still be there.
Backwards compatibility?
No,
Pretty sure
it's
that's
like gone. Like the whole
Oh.
service
Oh.
for they don't have them anymore.
That's crazy.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
was
really
like-
care because I remember for my PS3, I was bored. It was old into the game. That game was not getting updates no more. So I used the mod menu. And I just gave myself billions and trillions of gillions of money.
How did you do that?
I had a flash drive. I went to some sketchy
Oh,
website. I
okay.
forgot how I did it.
LimeWire.
I don't know. And I put a flash drive in. He's like, You gotta move the hard drive to the software to the hard drive, then connect it to your PlayStation.
That makes sense.
And then
And then just happened.
I don't know. It was something about going into the settings, and then
The settings of the PlayStation.
going into the storage, and be like read USB, and it read the USB. I'd get on GTA Online, and I just had a menu, but I couldn't get in public lobbies.
Okay.
Mhm. And then I just like for a good day, I was just like driving around in a dumb car and just hitting like X, giving myself like money.
For what?
Just
I
to have
just
it.
liked having money.
I just for the fact that I can like have it.
Because
I had so much money, it didn't even matter anymore.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure like the bar was so close to the middle of my screen.
The bar. What bar?
Like not the bar, the money count was so close to the middle of my screen.
I
For
think
how
I know
many times-
what point you're talking about, because there was a point where, remember when in GTA the Bugatti was the most expensive car?
I didn't really play GTA at the beginning with that. By the time I played it,
That's not the beginning. That's like
oh the Bugatti.
middle, really.
Which one's
of
that?
GTA Online when the Bugatti was the most expensive car?
No,
You don't
I think
remember?
by the time I played it, it was the T20.
E20? What's that
Mhm.
one?
That's like
The
that
entity?
was the fast. No, it was actually called the T20.
Oh.
The car's called the T20.
What does it look like?
What
Because I
does
know
it
the
look
entity. The entity came out. I think no, the entity was before, because the entity was the second most expensive, and then the Bugatti was the most expensive.
Let me see.
But
20.
because that point in GTA is, I was like GTA was kind of getting
Yeah, that car.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, that was an update after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because by the time I started playing it,
So you got in late.
yeah, I did. Because I played the game, and then the PS4 came out, right?
Mhm.
And it's like, oh, you can transfer your data, and I was like, let's go. Come to find out, I didn't know it was like a time thing to transfer data. But when I went into my settings, I was like, all right, let's go. I'm gonna get a PS4 someday. I went to the settings, it's like can't do it, and I was like, bruh. And that's when I didn't care about it. So I was like, if this gets banned, it don't matter. I have to start over anyways.
Yeah, on my old Xbox, you remember the DNS things you could do? The DNS servers?
Yeah.
How do you know?
I just know.
Yeah.
So like these DNS settings are something you can go into your Xbox. PlayStation might have it too. I just know on Xbox you can go into your DNS settings. If you change the numbers to like a certain
Oh yeah.
thing, it makes your XP rate go way higher, your money count go way higher. So you do like one mission, you instantly like level up 2 levels. Because what we used to do is we change our DNS settings, we do a Juggernaut round, because those give you like good XP, and that Juggernaut round give you like 50 levels.
Yeah.
That was insane. So I was like level 130 on that account. I had
Damn.
pretty much maxed money, but eventually Rockstar started not banning people, but they just took away your money if they thought you had an absurd amount of money because of the glitches and stuff.
Yeah.
So I came back on my account with and I had $0. I'm like, man.
And then I got a PS4, right? And I don't even remember the first game. Actually, I do remember the first game. I had turned 17. My dad got me a Mortal Kombat. He's like, "Hey, you got a happy birthday," and I was like, and at that time when he gave me Mortal Kombat, I was like, "You think I'm a man?" My dad thinks I'm a man.
Trust me with a
Oh,
rated
it
M
is rated
game.
M, yeah.
Yeah, because for a long time he was like, "No, I don't want you playing anything rated M. You're not mature enough." And I was like, "But father, it is a video game. It's not real. It's fiction."
A video game does not influence my actions in the
But
real
at the
world.
time, a lot of stuff was going on about like kids like being influenced by stuff,
Yeah,
or just
that's
like
so
lose
stupid.
connections with the video game. So my dad wasn't
Yeah.
about to like take a chance for me to become like the next like
Serial
top
killer.
fragger in Call of
Top
Duty.
fragger in real life.
Yeah, top fragger in real life. And he goes, and then I turned 17, right? I opened the box and wait.
You have to wait till you were 17?
No, I still played a rated M games.
Like before he bought you
I
one,
had to
though.
ask my dad. I'd be like, "Can I play this?" And he'd be like, "Sure."
So what'd you play before you were 17?
So, well, yeah, what age, what was the youngest you played a rated M game?
I think I was 12 playing Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Conkers.
What is that?
It is It was a rated M game released by Nintendo for the Nintendo 64.
Nintendo made a rated M game?
Yeah,
Never would have thought that.
literally, it's a bunch of piss shit, like vulgar jokes.
What?
It's crazy. If you watch the game, you would not think it's like it makes sense at all. You start the game off in like being hung over from the night before the game, and you end the game killing a dinosaur, like a giant, by like taking bites out of his ass on a T-Rex.
What? Bro, this sounds so dumb and fake.
And then like mid game, you're a vampire.
What?
Right after that, you're in the Matrix.
I can't believe this.
Okay, this sounds like a JoJo part.
It's not. It's genuinely. It's a good game. I'm not even gonna lie.
It's a good
It is a
game?
good game. It's a really good game.
You
I had so
remember
much
it?
fun playing. Yeah, because I used to play it a lot.
That's just so bizarre.
Yeah,
is.
that's when I had my fetish for plants with big tits.
What?
Plants?
Yeah, there's a not even a fetish. There's the beginning of the game. There's because you're supposed to get money. The whole point is because Conquer wants to be rich. So every level you have to get money.
Okay.
So there's this one part where you're supposed to go to a castle, so you can get bees. So you can go up to a daisy, a sunflower, who keeps like is all shy, right, doing like the finger thing, tsundere.
Alright.
Actually?
What?
She actually?
No,
No.
she's just like shy, covering herself. So you get the bees to bring to her, and then she's all like, she starts getting tickled by the bees. So she opens up and she's got honker donkers.
Bro. Nintendo.
When I was 12 years old, I was like, you probably can't see my face, but I was like shocked. I was wide-eyed. I was like, can plants do this?
Can they do this?
Can plants really just be honker donkers, mommer knockers?
Did you become a gardener after that?
No. So then you have to jump on her tits to get to a high spot so you can get money.
I gotta look this up.
What's
What
the
is
game called?
this?
Yeah.
Conker's Bad Fur Day. Conker.
Is this like Nintendo 64?
Yeah,
That's old.
Conquer's bad for a day?
Fur Day, like fur,
Fur day.
Fur? Like coat fur?
hair. Yeah.
Conquerors.
Like there's another scene where you're supposed to like fight.
Oh, I've seen clips from this.
They had a remake on the Xbox 360.
Oh, okay. I've seen this partially.
Oh yeah, there's a. Then
Oh, is this the plant girl?
Yeah, that's her.
We'll see if this huge honker donkers you're talking about.
Bro.
What, did you see it, Jose?
Yeah, she does.
Bro.
What?
For a good time in middle school, I was a tits man.
Are you not anymore?
No, I grew up.
No, I grew up.
I became
So
an
when you
ass
see-
man.
When you see someone like KMB, you don't feel anything?
Okay, I appreciate the knockers, right? I'm a
Mhm.
man. I'll look and be like, whoa, nice. But I won't be like salivating at the mouth like when I saw that dick, because no one will match Sunflower.
No one
Bro.
in your life?
No one's gonna match
There's
Sunflower.
no 3D girl?
Nah, she is 3D.
Ah, she's
This is
guess.
4D.
2D.
Whatever.
Bro, someone's selling this game for $5,000?
Yikes.
That's a lot of money.
I think I still have my copy on the 64.
Oh, you could sell that.
You can
No,
sell
I
it.
don't want to sell it.
Why not?
That has a lot of memories.
Sell it.
Oh yeah, and the game, not even, the game ends with you beating an alien.
I thought you said the
Fighting an
dinosaur ass.
alien.
I thought you said the dinosaur.
That's the second part before the end.
There's a part 2?
Dude, the game's like, it has a lot of references. There's a like Saving Private Ryan reference, Dracula,
How do you know that?
because I played the game so much.
No, like, how do
Yeah,
you know
the-
it's a Saving Private
yeah.
Ryan
Because
reference?
I grew up and I saw the movie.
You
And I was-
saw Saving Private Ryan?
Yeah, when I was older.
Oh,
And then I made the connection. I was like,
that's from the video
that's
game.
from the video game. That's from the Conquer.
It's
It's a really
weird
good game.
connection.
Honestly, I really did enjoy it. I miss like not being able to play it again.
I thought you said you still have the game.
Yeah, I do. It's in the garage somewhere.
If there's an Xbox 360 remake, I have an Xbox 360.
It's not good.
Oh.
It's not a good remake. That's what I hear.
We could buy a Nintendo 64.
Oh, one thing I didn't know. Apparently, like I always knew the Red Ring of Death was a thing, but I didn't know it was just like pure chance.
Yeah.
And I apparently just lucked out and got a God Xbox because that Xbox lasted me for years.
Yikes.
I've had the Xbox since before I moved here. I think. No, yeah.
I thought it was like
So it's been like
the first
10
couple of
plus years.
Xboxes that came out.
I
I don't know.
that
I
is.
was
I thought it depended on how much you used it.
Well, from what
I
I
didn't have an Xbox.
Yeah,
growing
it
up.
was, but it's also you could just get like good RNG and have an Xbox that lasts longer than someone else's.
Yeah.
But it does depend on how you work, how long
much-
you used it.
Yeah. I didn't have an Xbox. Literally, I grew up on a Wii, Nintendo GameCube, and a 64. I was a Nintendo kid growing up, and then my dad got a PS3,
Ooh.
and then he was like, he said it was his, and he never used it. Only I did.
Yeah.
That's the same thing that
That's how
happened
it
with
is.
the GameCube. He bought 2 GameCubes, my dad.
2.
Yeah, because he was like, this one's for the living room and this one's mine. And then I ended up moving the one in the living room to my room. because I was like, no one plays this. I'm gonna just move it to my room, right?
Yeah.
And then I had it there. I hooked it up. Looked really nice, right? That cube.
Do you have a GameCube right now?
Nah, dude. I wish. I get upset when I can't find it.
Buy a GameCube.
We gotta
Dude,
play.
GameCubes are expensive.
We have a Wii. We don't have to.
Okay.
We just need to get GameCube controllers. But I have all those GameCube games. I kind of want to play them, like Sonic Riders. I don't care when it says that game is goated.
Bro, let's just do it.
I had so many games for the GameCube because I would always go up to my parents and be like, "Can I have this?" And be like, "Okay." The GameCube games weren't even that expensive.
Yeah, they're like what, $20 maybe.
Yeah, so my parents were always like, "Yeah, sure."
Yeah.
I had
You ever
so
play
many
Sonic Riders?
No, hell no.
Really? Why?
I didn't touch Sonic when I was
Why'd you
younger.
say it like that?
I didn't really touch
Bro,
Sonic when I was like.
You never
that.
played Sonic 06 on the
Mm-mm.
PlayStation?
I'm playing
I hear that
anything
game's
Sonic
goated.
related.
What?
I hear that game's goated.
If it wasn't the original like 2D like whatever, I've never played it as Sonic.
I played
game.
Okay, okay, let's be actual. I don't think Sonic 06 is goated, but I think it's just nostalgic for me. I think realistically, if you ask like Sonic fans, they wouldn't say it's goated. I think Sonic fans think it's a bad game, but I like it.
I've played Sonic the Hedgehog on my Sega Genesis. Was the only time I played a Sonic game.
I think when I was like at daycare one day, they had it on the computer, and I
Which
just
one?
played that. I don't know.
Which Sonic game?
Just Sonic, I think.
So you did play a Sonic game.
Yeah, that's what I said. If it wasn't like the original, like just running from location to location, that's the only Sonic.
It's pretty
game.
much all the Sonics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know which one it is.
All right, we asked Eduardo. So Jose, what was the youngest you played a rated M game at?
Rated M game.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't play a lot of video games growing up.
Watched a lot of porn.
No, not even that. I didn't have anything to watch it on.
Yeah, you
What
did.
did you do then?
You had WWE.
WWE, I
Yeah.
guess. If you
You were like-
count that. No, I read
You
books.
did. You did.
I read
be after
books.
Porn books.
No.
Playboy magazines.
Books. I used to come home with a stack of books and just read it. Read all of it.
So stupid.
How do you read so much but end up stupid?
I read books. I went to school. I did my homework. I did all of that.
What happened?
What happened to you? Why'd you regress in character?
Was it like the porn addiction? Was it too much?
Nah, not even that.
So you admit there was an addiction?
I guess,
It wasn't the addiction. It was something else.
I guess my first piece of technology was a PSP.
Dude, I had a PSP too. I only had like 2 games for it, but they were awesome.
This is not about you. We're talking about Jose.
Whatever, bro. I wanted to put in my 2 cents in there. Cause you and I had the same games on the PSP.
Did we?
We had one game.
One
in common.
game.
We
We had one
had 50,
game.
you had 50% of games in common. Cause I only had 2 games for the
Yeah,
PSP.
I had 3.
Seriously?
Yeah.
What'd you have?
I
Cause
think
I had
3.
Daxter. What'd you have?
I had Daxter.
And then you had what else?
And I remember my brother buying me SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 for Christmas.
Don't you still have that game?
The game is goaded.
Yeah, it is good. I cried when I got it. I was like, you're the best. Yeah. I love that game. And then I broke it a couple days later. Like a couple weeks later, honestly. Because I was in the bathroom. I just finished getting out of the shower. And I don't know why.
Step on it.
Yeah, I did step on it. Because I was up on the toilet doing something or something. I don't know what I was doing. But then I jumped off the toilet and heard a click. And I was like,
My bones.
I looked down, I saw the game, and I was like, no.
Why was it in the bathroom?
I don't know.
Just screaming in the shower like an anime character, like, no.
I think I took it with me because I didn't trust my younger siblings. They always took everything.
And look where it ended up.
You've been better off them taking it.
I guess.
And then what other game did you have?
I remember playing Rock Band.
Wow. I had Daxter and Kingdom Hearts. Birth by Sleep. I didn't even know that was a Kingdom Hearts game when I first got it, because Veronica was really into Kingdom Hearts, and she was like, yeah. When I got the PSP and she saw that I had the case, which was yet to be opened, she freaked out. She was like, "You play Kingdom Hearts?" And I was like, "I found it. I found it at Target."
I don't.
She's like, "Oh my god, Kingdom Hearts!" And I was like, "What is that?" I thought it was just a standalone game. I saw Mickey Mouse and I
Was
was
this in
like,
middle school?
No,
Veronica didn't go to
elementary school.
Yeah,
It was back when me and her used to walk home together, because she would her mom worked at the preschool.
Walk home.
She used to work at the preschool, so anytime we'd walk home, she would go to the preschool and then I would go home. And this one day she just came over to my house. I don't know why.
I don't know.
I guess I was the guy.
I guess I was like, you want a cookie? I got some Granny D's at home.
Yeah. You lured her in with a cookie.
And then because we hung out in my room, right? I didn't think of girls like this until I was in high school. Remember this, all right? Women to me were just like buddies.
Objects.
Oh no, Eduardo.
No.
So you're saying nothing changed?
No, sir. When I was in middle school and elementary school, girls were just like people to me. They were just like,
Are they not people anymore?
hold on, like they were just other. They were like,
Oh, you're digging yourself in a hole here.
I didn't think of them by the way of crushes and like girls that I thought were really cute until high school. So whenever I just made friends, we were all like, "So, homie, right? Yeah, G, what's up?" For those who couldn't see, I just did like a fake handshake,
Like a chest pound.
And what?
A chest
You
pound.
just bumped them.
Just
Like imagine they had a huge racket in elementary school for some reason. They just like bumped
Elementary
back into the
school.
wall. You said in elementary school is when you were like
Yeah.
you thought of them as people.
and middle school.
He said imagine.
Oh yeah, that's what I said.
Okay. So then she was like, "You got Kingdom Hearts," and I was like, "Yeah." And it's like, "What do you think of it?" I was like, "You can see that the game hasn't been opened yet. I haven't played it." He's like, "Have you played any of the others?" I was like, "I didn't even know there was other games." I just saw this because I was at Target and I needed games for the PSP.
Did you steal it?
No,
Oh.
No.
Target still has the case, so even if I wanted to, I couldn't.
Oh, would you have?
Yeah,
Bro.
I was a little.
Jose, let's be honest. We all would. If we had the option to steal a game, we would.
Jose, I was a little thief when I was younger.
You're a thief.
That's why GameStop tempts you by leaving all the things out, knowing that the disc isn't in there.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, steal it.
It'd
We
be
dare
like,
you.
yeah, go for it. I remember because I used to open the cases just to look at the manual.
Yeah.
I opened like GameStop's case and there's like nothing in it. I'm like,
I was like, yeah.
what is this?
I was like, I was about to steal this. They knew.
No.
No, that's what I said.
Okay. Because when I was just like, great. What's the point of having the case if there's nothing in here? I was like, how dare you sell me just a shell for $60?
Y'all are menaces.
Just to find out that they like have it in a drawer in the back.
Yeah, because I think when I was buying a game before, I was like, so when I get, so I was like, why do you want me to pay $60 for just the case? They're like, nah, we'll give you the game. I'm like, so give it. And they're like, after you buy, I was like,
Bro, that's stupid.
That's stupid. Why?
Just give me the game and then I'll buy.
No, I remember.
because I just didn't trust him. I was like, you're just gonna take my
scam
money.
me?
And leave. Yeah.
Where are they gonna
You're just
go?
gonna do-
I don't know. I'm
gonna-
a kid. They could just, it's just their word against mine.
You're just gonna
They'd
walk.
be like, he didn't pay for it.
You just
I'm
gonna
like,
duck under the counter, then it's over.
I remember because I used to save my money just to buy video games. I didn't have an allowance, but I would have to do stuff around the house, right? I'd be like, work for your money. So I had the mindset of working for money like engraved into me since I was young. I would have to like, do the basic stuff like clean dishes, and then I would have to do a whole weeks of chores just for $20.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say that's pretty good.
I had to like mow the
That's
lawn, like dishes.
how old were you mowing the lawn?
12.
Maybe, yeah.
I got lucky because I have allergies. I can't mow the lawn. They wanted me to mow
That's a
the lawn
good
so
allergy.
badly.
That's
Yeah, God, they were like, my dad was like, nah, he's got to be mowing the lawn. He's old enough. Mom was like, he's allergic. I was like, let's go. Mama's got the back. Mama knows.
Did you ever, like,
I did not want to do the.
Ever go
lawn.
to your dad for something? He says no, so you go to your mom. I'm sure like every kid
I think
has
everyone
done
does that. Yeah.
I used to do that so much. Anytime one parent said no, I just go to the other one.
You always know which parent is more lenient to say yes to the certain thing you're asking for.
I never did that.
You weren't
I
smart
was
enough?
no, I didn't do it. I just went like, all right, what did they say? No. All right, Dad, can I do this? And then he goes no, and be like, Mom said yeah.
Bro.
And then I'd get into even more trouble because they'd be like, why is he doing this? You said he could. I didn't. And then, Hispanic family, I just hear whoosh, the belt, and I'd be like,
What the chunkla?
nah, my mom didn't believe in that. She was
She
like,
didn't
that's not
believe
gonna
in
hurt
it?
enough.
That doesn't hurt enough.
She's like, that doesn't hurt enough. And I was like, not like this. She was whoosh. I probably shouldn't make that joke. Never mind.
That's how my grandparents felt about the belt. The belt didn't hurt enough. Got the extension cord. I was like, no.
I'd just be like chilling.
Oh, I know what joke you're gonna make.
With the sound effects and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, don't do that.
I wasn't gonna.
Don't do
I wasn't
that.
gonna. It was so funny to me because that's when I knew I was like, they work together.
They work together. They communicate.
They communicate. That's why even now it's probably like a bad habit. I'll tell one parent, expecting that parent to tell the other one. Cause I'm like, oh, they communicate. They'll like talk to each other.
Most of the time they do.
Yeah. So they'll be like, where do you go? And I'll tell one parent where I'm going. Like
Walmart.
no, like a couple of years. Like I think it was junior year. Back when we used to when we hung out, like peak of hanging out before vid.
Not me. You're talking about the other guys.
You're
Peak of
right.
hanging out.
Me and the boy.
Not me.
The original boys.
Like him, the three of him, Tyler, and Devin. They hung out all the time in
And then-
junior year.
And then I would tell my dad, right? I'll be like, oh, I'm going to Stonebriar. And then my mom would text me being like, where you at? And I was like, oh, I told dad that I was going to Stonebriar. And she goes, oh, okay.
Yeah, I usually do the same thing. I think it makes sense. Like,
Mhm.
if the parents are in the same house, it's just like I tell one person, he'll probably tell her.
So I was like, oh, yeah. What were we talking about?
I don't know. How did we get
What
to
were
this?
we talking about?
Oh, we're talking about Jose playing rated M games.
What other rated M games did you play?
He never gave one.
I never gave one.
You interrupted
Oh,
him
my
I never
bad.
gave
because
one.
he said I had a PSP, and you were like, I had a PSP too.
I was like,
And
me
then started-
too.
And then you just took over.
Do you even remember your first rated M game?
I don't. WWE isn't a rated M game, is it?
No.
No.
GTA.
No.
What was the first GTA game you played? Was 5 the first one?
Probably San Andreas. Maybe Vice City, actually.
Yeah, I didn't play a GTA game until 5. That was,
You
my,
never played a
Really?
single GTA?
that was my first GTA 5.
Wow, you missed out.
Actually, no.
Did.
Chinatown.
The worst one.
It was on the DS. So
Bro.
So I used to, treat my DS like an M1 Grand, right? It's like, just like take out the game, just. I don't know why.
Wow. You
Yeah.
missed out. You gotta.
You did.
I
You missed
think
out on
they
the
are-
multiplayer.
There's theories that they're working on a remake for San Andreas. If it comes out, would you play it?
Yeah,
I would play the
I hear
shit
so many
out of
good
that.
things about the original games.
If I know GTA,
San Andreas and
it's
Vice
San
City are
Andreas.
goated.
They
Mhm.
are.
So is GTA 5. I don't know. So.
Yeah, I
Nah,
agree.
I mean-
I think GTA 5 story is really good.
It's really good.
and then the gameplay is really. GTA 5 is solid. We know it is. There's a reason it's been so relevant for like 10 years now,
10 years?
yeah,
hasn't it? Yeah,
It
it's been
has,
like
yeah.
10
it's
or
come
8
out for
years.
3 consoles.
Bro.
Yeah, because it was on PS3, PS4, and now PS5.
It's been
It went through 3 cycles.
7 years. 7 years, I believe.
7 years?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Yeah. It's come out like 2015, 14.
Come on. man.
14.
Been out for a while. Yeah. There's a reason it's been able to stay so relevant.
Yeah, it's because of online.
Well, also because it's good, and they do make renovations to it. They
Yeah,
are
they
constantly
actively-
updating it.
But they neglect Red Dead for it.
That is weird.
I
I
don't know.
think probably because GTA is their bigger cash cow,
That's the
so they're
thing.
worried about
It's-
it.
I don't know. I hear things, people being like, it's the cash cow. Red Dead won't make money. I'd be like, then work on it. GTA wasn't really a cash
But-
cow at the beginning.
It was.
Was
GTA
it?
was always their biggest thing.
Oh.
The reason GTA will always be a bigger cash cow than Red Dead, no matter how much they work on Red Dead,
Mhm.
GTA is just more marketable. It's the big city life. It's something you gotta be rich. It's something people look up to doing. The Western lifestyle, something people think are cool, but it's not like anyone's like idealizing it or anything.
Yeah.
It's not gonna ever be a cash cow over GTA.
It's sad, dude.
If they make like a futuristic version, because they already have like the past GTA with Red Dead and then current GTA with GTA, they make a future one.
Mhm.
Maybe that one could.
You know what game I wanted to play when I was younger, but I
That
never
Bully
had an
School
interest. What?
GTA. Bully School GTA.
Bully
Yeah,
school?
that's what I wanted to say. When I was younger,
I
I
can't
used to.
believe you hate on Bully, bro.
I never even played Bully, so
Oh,
I don't know how I would
See,
hate. On,
capped?
what did I say to you?
You said Bully's not good.
Oh yeah, I was lying
Just
because I
hard
never.
capped.
I never played the game. I always wanted to because I was like, oh, this cover art looks funky. I never played it, but I wanted to, but I never had an interest to playing it.
You still can.
It don't matter.
I think you just played
I'm
on
waiting
PS3.
I'm waiting for their remastered version.
I don't think they're gonna remaster Bully.
Oh well.
I hope they do, but I don't think they will. Rockstar is weird. Don't they only work on like
GTA.
one project every like 5 years?
No, they apparently they've been working on Red Dead since like GTA 5,
Nah.
so I don't know how long they work on things.
Like, is Red Dead and GTA their only like new games ish?
Yeah.
Like, within the past
Red
10
Dead
years?
is their only new game.
Like within the past 10 years, is GTA and Red Dead the only thing they've dropped?
Damn.
That's crazy. But are they a big studio or what?
Yes.
They've got to be a big studio.
Why they just not work on anything else?
I don't know, dude.
It's weird. I mean, I like it that they focus on quality over quantity because that's why their games are so good. But I kind of want them to expand out. Like,
So good.
I'm glad we had Red Dead 2. But there's no reason we should have 5 GTAs and nothing
and then
else.
That ain't 5. Because I remember
We should have some other type of game. You guys can think of something else.
Bully 2.
It's kind of weird we never got a Bully 2.
I don't know how the
I'll be
first
down
one
for a
ends.
Bully
So.
I've never played Bully.
Does the first one end on a hang? I guess
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Look
matter.
at GTA.
Yeah.
That's what
It doesn't matter.
thinking.
And just look at GTA.
Cause I remember I was talking to Devin, right? Because Morgan has a PS4 now. So he's like, yeah, I'm getting her Minecraft, right? And I was like, okay. He's like, what does she feel about like? Cause you guys don't play GTA anymore. So I'm like, anytime I get on GTA, I'm just like driving around. So I need people to play that game with. So I asked Devin, I was like, what does she feel about shooting?
Bro.
Like robbing people. And he goes, you talking about GTA? And I was like, I never said that. I never said that.
I could be talking about real life for all you know.
He's like, bro, I think you told me the same thing. You're like, you're the reason, not yours specifically, but people like you are the reason why GTA 6 ain't out yet. And I was like, ain't no one need GTA 6 right now.
I
bro.
need GTA 6. I need
No, you
GTA
don't.
6.
No, you don't.
Rockstar is gonna make this game a banger. I know they will.
Nah, bruh. Just stick to
Bro,
5.
just stop playing.
No.
5.
You need 5, bruh.
Stop playing.
You're not
it.
even playing it. You're just giving them with a player base. That's all you're doing.
Sir.
You're not playing
Bro.
it.
Yes, sir.
You driving around isn't playing
You just
it.
said you just drive around.
Yeah, but I'm playing it. I have
No,
to
you're not.
ma-
You're
I have
just
to
giving them player
put in
base.
inputs. So, because I was like, what do you think Morgan feels about it? And he goes, nah, bro, I ain't gonna let her play it. And I was like, why are you like a dad to her?
You can text her yourself.
I did end up texting her myself. He's like, she ain't gonna want to play that. And I was like,
Wow, you're going behind it.
Damn.
no, I told him.
Dang.
I told him specifically. I was like, I'm gonna text Morgan, and he goes, don't do that.
Don't do that.
He's like, don't do that.
Bro, you went against his wishes,
I was like, hey Morgan, I heard you got a PS4.
bro.
And she goes, yeah. And I was like, you got any games on it? And she goes, I'm about to get Minecraft on it. And I was like, oh, okay. How do you feel about shooting people, cars, and robbing like people? And she goes, are you talking about GTA? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, I love it. Well,
Makes sense.
Yeah. And then I was like,
Why are you biting your lip?
You're biting your lip.
well, okay. I didn't mean
It's,
it like.
it's audio only. As far as they're concerned, you just stop talking.
So I was like, I'm poggered.
You poggered?
You
Yeah.
what?
I was like,
He did the poggers.
He did the
face.
pogger face.
OG poggers.
oh, G, like sucking dick, OG, like.
What?
That's what it looks like. It's like
That's not what it looks
goes-
like.
Is that your technique?
I don't know. I don't suck dick. I don't go looking for the next unsucked dick just because I like JoJo.
Oh, you don't. Now the stories are changing.
Oh shit. Anyways, so after that, right? I was like, oh okay. How about this? Devin gets you Minecraft, and I'll be the cool uncle who gets you GTA.
That sounds
Oh, yeah.
weird.
I didn't say that. I just said I'll get you GTA.
That did sound weird though. If you did say that.
Yeah. So then I text Devin the next day, and I was like, you lied to me. She is interested in GTA. And he goes, I know she is. I just didn't want her to play it. I want GTA 6. And I was like, that sucks.
People like
No.
you.
No, they're still gonna work on GTA 6 regardless.
Yeah.
It's just people like you is what makes it take longer. It makes them more comfortable, which it actually is a good thing if you think about it. Because the more comfortable they are, meaning the more time they'll have to make it better instead of like rushing. Because if GTA 5 just died completely right now, they would feel a rush to
Yeah.
need to finish GTA 6.
Because I heard that they were working on Red Dead 2 while they were working on GTA.
Probably.
Which is crazy
they have,
to me because I was
they have split.
they split
studios.
it. They split the
Yeah.
studio. So ever since like GTA 5, they had apparently been working on Red Dead,
Yeah, that makes sense.
which is crazy because that game like apparently took 7 years. to make.
Yeah, it was a 7-year
Red
break.
Dead?
And I was like,
Yeah, because Red Dead first one came out 2012, and then Red Dead 2 came out 2019.
and it's crazy because that game looks amazing and its story's
But the
great.
first one?
Both
the second
both
one?
Red Dead.
Oh.
Have you played the first one?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because it was on the PS3, so I was like, I had money at the time, so I was like, oh,
Ballin'.
because I made a bank. The whole reason why I made a bank account was because of GTA.
Bro.
Because
In real life?
yeah, no, okay, not like robbing banks. Like
I know,
but
but
like the idea, I was like, what? Because anytime I played online, your money drops when you're fighting back. So I was like, I can have my money in a little safe place. Mom, can I go to the bank? And she goes, why? I was like, I want to make a bank account. And she goes, why? I was like, because
I'm
I
balling?
thought it was cool on GTA. And she goes, okay. So we went to the bank, right? And the lady, she goes like, why do you want to get a bank account? I was like, I want to play video games online. I want to pay for them. She goes, how old are you again? And I was like, 12. Sounds about right.
Bro.
Actually, no, not 12. Let me see. When did I use Wells Fargo? I was 13. I was a customer since 2014.
Really?
I was 13 years old. And she was like,
You're
yeah.
playing GTA at 13 years old?
Well, it wasn't my game. It would always be like Kevin's game.
You're still playing it.
Ooh. I was a customer since 2009.
Bro.
I started early.
Yeah. I get the... And then she goes like, yeah, you see him over there? And she pointed at some other kid. She pointed at some other kid. He's like, he's here for the same reason. I was like,
Pointed at Gabe. Hey,
that'd be crazy.
I was in Texas at the time.
And she goes like, okay. So once I had my bank account, I put money in there. I feel bad for my mom. She put money in there as well, but now I was like a fiend of money. I used to buy anything and everything. So I would take money out of my savings to put in my checking so I could buy things. And I feel so bad for my mom because she put money in there, her own money. So I've been wanting to like save money and just be like, here you go, mama.
Money back.
I'm sorry. With interest.
Yeah. But when I was I used to buy rings off Amazon.
Rings.
Yeah. Because I was like, I'm going to wear rings. I bought them, never wore them. And then
Do you have them still?
No.
I'll take
Actually,
them.
maybe. They might be in like some container.
I think we got the same size finger.
Do we?
No, you don't.
No, we don't.
Your
I
fingers are fat, Jose.
Yeah, I think your finger's bigger than mine.
Yeah, your fingers are fat.
Don't
Eduardo's
call-
got,
don't
like-
call 'em fat. I think Eduardo's fingers are bigger.
No, they're not. Eduardo's like,
Here.
They're like the same.
Eduardo's got like a slim finger build.
Does he?
And not really, I guess.
They're not that fat, but they're not chunky.
Jose, yours are chunky.
No shot.
Yes, they are.
I
What
don't
are you
believe
doing?
What are you doing?
What does that do?
You trying to like slim it down?
For the audio only listeners, he's just stroking it with two fingers.
Go off, Jose.
It's not that fat.
And then
Is that what you, is? Are you like practicing for what you're gonna do to yourself?
No.
You're
I didn't think I had to say it. I thought you wanted to know. And you guys kept looking at me. I was like, do I have to say it?
I wanted to see if you would finish it.
You would want me to finish.
But no.
kind of stuff.
No.
And then after I made my bank account, I used to buy games on the PlayStation Store. So I bought the first Psychonauts. 'Cause I always heard so many good. Because I used to watch Scottish Duck like on YouTube.
I don't even know who that
That's
is.
crazy. He was like not that big.
I was about to say, like, I think I would have heard of him.
Probably.
if he
Have you ever
big.
heard of? It was Scottish Duck, Nintendo Capri Sun.
No.
Yikes.
I was into Minecraft YouTube heavily. That's the reason I know so much about Minecraft. Like,
Yikes.
2013 to like 2015, I was heavily into Minecraft.
I remember
YouTube.
I could never find Psychonauts because I did not know how to spell it.
Makes sense. You're like what, 12?
Yeah. So I was like, I knew it started with a P. So I was like, Psy, and nuts.
Bro.
And thank God Google knew what I was talking about.
Google's so clutch.
Yeah. And I was like, that's it. So I went on the PlayStation Store. I searched it up, bought it, played it. Godly game. Right? I thought that was it. 2 years later, I hear an announcement. Not even 2 years. I hear an announcement on Game Informer. That's right. 2 years later, I found an announcement on Game Informer that
Magazine?
Notch was saying like, yeah, I'd like support Psychonauts 2, and it's showing that Psychonauts 2 is in the making. Come to find out, more time has passed. I forgot what the timeline is right now. I hear Psychonauts 2, and I was like, no fucking way.
When did the first one come out then?
2008.
So it's been like a 13-year gap.
That's a big
It's been
jump.
no. It's been 15, 16,
15. That math doesn't add up. You
years.
said 2008.
15, 13 years.
It's 13.
Let me search it up.
It's 13 if it came out 2008.
Yeah, but I don't know when it came out. I was
Oh,
just
okay.
like about like me guessing.
Zay, you got any games from your early childhood that you're fond of besides the one you already named?
You mean WWE?
Yeah. Like, were you a PlayStation or Xbox to start off?
I was Nintendo.
Nintendo?
I
Like
had
what?
I had a Sega Genesis.
Dude,
That's
I
my
feel
first console.
2005.
2005,
16.
Mhm.
I feel jealous. Everyone I know almost always says they had a Sega Genesis. I never had it. The
Me
only
neither.
Nintendo console I had was a Wii and a GameCube. I never had the Genesis with the 64, the Atari, whatever. All the other Nintendo
Yeah.
stuff I never had. Never played a single Mario game when I was younger, except for Smash Bros. And Mario Kart, which those don't count.
Yeah, because it was my dad. It was my dad's 64. I guess it was my dad's. I don't know whose it was. I just know it's in the house.
It was in the house and your dad
Yeah.
claimed it.
Yeah. So I grew up with a N64, a DS, a DSi, and a GameCube.
Maybe James Bond.
007.
GoldenEye. Maybe that was my first rated M game.
Cool.
On the.
Did that come out like 2001?
I don't know. I know it was on the Nintendo 64.
You're really showing your age here, Jose.
I'm pretty sure that was it. I remember playing multiplayer. I remember doing the missions. I was pretty bad at it.
We're just gonna go
Yeah,
for a
because
couple more minutes.
it's 10:24. So I know you want to go and get blackout drunk for your birthday.
I'm hungry.
At 10 in the morning?
Why not? It's 3 somewhere,
I'm
Jose.
hungry.
3 somewhere.
I'm hungry.
No, we're not gonna. We're fine. We
I
keep
just
going.
want
They don't
food.
open till 11.
Alright, fine, whatever. We can keep going.
You ruined the episode, Eduardo.
What?
You ruined the flow of it.
I'll just
Now you
cut
gotta
that
cut
out.
this out.
Yeah. Nah, I'll leave
You gotta
it.
cut
In.
like a whole minute.
I'll leave it in.
No.
Leave it in for what?
Just keep
It's
it
gotta
raw.
be authentic.
Yeah, keep it raw.
It gotta be authentic.
Yeah.
It's a one shot
Just
done.
keep it raw.
Alright, episode 2 is a one shot, no edit. Eduardo's feeling lazy.
Episode 1, I'm gonna edit it, but episode 2, I'm gonna just upload it.
It's like I gave up.
Like already, I gave up already.
They
you?
said it was gonna be one shot.
Did you ever find background music?
Yeah, I was gonna use Zelda music.
I
Oh my God, dude,
guess.
isn't that gonna get copyrighted?
No.
The song is not copy.
Yeah, because Nintendo's like, they
No,
got a
don't
stick
worry
up their
about
butt,
it.
right?
Don't worry about it.
What do you
Nintendo
mean?
does
You
not
gonna
like
pay him
people.
off or something?
My uncle works at Nintendo.
No, you don't.
No, he doesn't.
Imagine that.
I wouldn't believe you. There's no imagine.
Why?
I just,
What if I
you're
did?
not Mexican, but you're like not Japanese. I wouldn't believe.
I mean, it could be the American Nintendo.
American Nintendo has no pull. You know that. you,
Yes.
you know it's all Japanese Nintendo.
I'd go up to.
American
Mr.
Nintendo is just a figurehead.
I'd go up to Mr. Nintendo himself.
Mr.
in
Nintendo.
Japan,
Yeah,
he doesn't speak English most likely.
I do.
That
Okay.
I'd be like Zelda music.
Like, listen up, Mr. Nintendo. Let me use this Zelda music.
I bought an ocarina, right? I'll communicate with him.
He'd be like,
Well, he'll be like, "What are you saying?" But in
That
Japanese. But in Japanese.
But he's gonna just respond to me in English. What are you doing? Be like,
He's
"Oh,
like,
my
"I don't
bad."
understand you."
You sound like an idiot right now.
And you go, "Oh, I don't know."
and then you go, Baka, I know that one.
He's like, Boku?
Yeah, you go, "I don't know you knew English," and he goes, "Oh no, I don't know English. I just know what I just said, and then this little speech explained that I don't know English."
Like that's
And then-
that's
and then
stupid.
very specific.
It's so stupid.
And then you go, "Really?" And he goes, "Huh?"
Huh? Oh. Be like, huh?
We'll put all your anime knowledge and start trying to talk to him. and
I would never be able to do that. I'd be like, Zelda musica.
Music.
Musica.
Music.
Isn't that just Spanish, basically? Musica.
It might work.
Just talk Spanish to him. Hopefully he knows Spanish.
Spanish is pretty close to Japanese if you really think
Is
about it.
it? No, it's
No,
not.
it's not. Not at
I always
all.
believe you're the one who
No.
knows Japanese.
I don't.
I thought you did.
No,
You always try and flex that you do.
I don't.
You went to Japan.
You did actually.
When?
Back when you went to Japan, you said you swore you know like you were like half fluent in Japanese.
I said I smiled and nodded my way through Japan.
Yeah, you say that now, but back before then, you swear you were like half fluent in Japanese.
Yeah.
You did.
Maybe I said that as a joke.
No,
No,
Shut
you
up,
were
bro.
serious.
Because I said sorry to a lady in the street for bumping into her.
No, you were like actually serious, right?
No.
You
Yeah, I remember before you left, you were like, yeah, I know Spanish. I know Japanese. I'll be able to get through. And I was like, since when did you know Japanese? And you're like, You did your typical like wrist flick, head tilt back.
Because you used to flex that you know certain kanji. You used to always be like, yeah, I know that kanji. And then you'd say what it
I don't
is.
remember that. I don't remember getting that far.
You don't remember.
So you're just lying.
I'm not lying. I'm saying I don't
You're
remember.
lying since the beginning.
I remember saying for like 3 years that I was gonna go to Japan, but I don't remember saying that I knew Japanese.
You never said you knew it, but you said you were like half fluent.
Yeah.
Maybe that's gotta be a joke, dude.
You weren't. You were
That's gotta
serious.
be a joke.
Then you came back. You came back, and I was like, so how'd it go? And you're
Because
like,
when you were doing like Duolingo or something,
Duolingo.
yeah, were you doing Duolingo?
No,
on,
you were
like,
doing
what's the-
something.
No.
You had like Japanese flashcards or something, kanji. You had like a book.
No,
Yeah, you did.
Yes, you
Yeah,
did.
you did. You had a book. You had a Japanese book in your room before you left.
that doesn't mean I read it. That
But that's what you used
Yeah.
to
No,
show
I didn't.
us.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
It was a joke then.
No, it wasn't. You were
I
serious.
never read that book. I never opened it.
Doesn't make it a joke, Jose. That means you were lying. That's not what the definition of a joke is.
Just because it's not true doesn't make it a joke.
I was like, oh, if it's not true, it's a joke. No, it's a lie.
I lied then.
See, he did it again.
Okay, I'm a liar.
Because I remember that you came back and I was like, yeah, I know who I was talking to. And I was like, I thought you said you knew like a bit of Japanese. You're like, no. And I was like, then how'd you communicate? And then that's when you told me. I was like, I just smiled and nodded. I was like, how'd you eat? And I went to the McDonald's and I pointed.
Yeah.
So
In
funny.
a lot of places, they speak English.
Who was that?
That was his chair.
That was the chair. That was the chair. That was actually the chair.
that was his chair. I thought it was a fart too, but it was just his chair.
No shot my body's making that kind of noise.
Hey, I don't know.
That was disgusting.
I've been in the
If it
same
did.
room with you before, and I've heard that wet ass fart,
That's probably Gabe.
that waff.
No shot. You've had to change yourself before, Jose.
No shot.
Yes, you have.
You have. I remember you have.
No.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You're
Yeah.
right. We were playing
No,
Minecraft on the
actually,
PS4.
no.
I remember
Yeah.
actually.
No.
We were just, yes,
Yes.
you actually have.
Joke,
We were on the PS4 party. No, stop. Stop joking.
Bro, I'm getting tired of this joke.
It's not a joke.
It is a joke.
I remember
Expose him, Eduardo.
we were on the PS4 party and we just hear right, and we're like, Jose, you're good. And then you didn't say anything. You came back into your room and I was like, I had to go to the bathroom.
I had to take a dump.
And
Yeah.
yeah. You're like, I had to change myself.
I never said that. Eddie said that.
No, you did.
Yes, you did.
Oh my god.
Getting tired of these jokes, man.
So much, yeah.
Jokes.
Getting tired of these jokes turned into
Jokes.
blasphemy.
They're
Jokes
not
are there.
jokes.
Turned to blasphemy. I can't believe it.
There's no jokes here.
Well,
Jose.
the jokes get too far.
I can't believe it. They actually thought I shat myself.
It was a joke.
Why'd you change your clothes, Jose?
I didn't. It was in a PlayStation party. You guys don't know. You're just assuming.
Yeah, because we heard it. It
No,
was wet.
Because we can tell from your snaps that you changed clothes.
No.
And also the reason we came to the conclusion is because when you first said you were going to the bathroom, you didn't say you were gonna take a dump. You said you were just gonna go pee.
I can do both. I can change my mind mid-walk.
Yeah, because you walked and you felt it in your underwear.
You felt it leaking.
And you were like, "Yeah, I gotta change."
Dang, I let the dam break.
No.
The dam's about to get destroyed, bruh.
Like, I'm disgusting.
You're like, damn, bitch, I'm gross. Mm.
Why? Why would I say that?
I don't know how you
you're
talk to
gross?
yourself.
No. I don't talk to myself.
Yeah, you do.
You
No, I
do?
don't.
What do you do at work all the time?
I sing songs
No, you
To
don't.
Yeah, to yourself.
I sing songs to someone who doesn't know I'm looking at them.
That's kind of weird.
That sounds very creepy. Sounds close to what Eduardo says about his girlfriend.
She loves me. Just wait.
Just wait until she.
Just wait until she knows we're dating. I swear, bro.
Oh.
It's so funny.
What?
It's so funny. I don't know.
What,
When I
you
first
haven't-
tweeted that out, I thought it was hilarious.
You tweeted? I thought you said that.
I did after I tweeted it.
Tweeted what?
Because I remember I was talking about something about my girlfriend. And then you were like, what girlfriend? I was like, oh, don't worry about it. She don't know we're dating yet.
It's not even originally from you. I've seen that before.
Oh, have you? What?
Pretty sure from How I Met Your Mother.
I don't know. All I know is that like you and I have both like basically kind of in what's it called? Like brought How I Met Your Mother into our lives.
You told me a while ago that apparently a lot of my jokes come from How I Met Your Mother, but I don't know which
Yeah.
ones. I don't know.
Because
What
I was
you're talking
I was
about.
rewatching it, and at the time I was like, bro, I've heard Gabe say this before.
Oh, shot. The only one I would ever think about saying is the legendary one, but I think it's so like cringy to say in real life.
Yeah.
It only works in show.
Because I remember I was watching it, and I was like, damn, I really based my entire personality on Ted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except Ted was actually smart and Ted could pull.
Yeah. And I was like, bro,
Damn.
where did I go wrong?
It's because I think it's the main thing. Because there was remember the arc when he was Jedward?
Oh
He was,
yeah.
He was
The
like,
Jedward
I'm
arc?
Jed Mosby.
He what?
I don't remember
Because
seeing
the
that,
main
but yeah.
character, he's the main character. Yeah, the
Yeah,
main
he's the
character of
character.
How I Met Your Mother's named Ted Mosby. So when he was Jed, he was like, I'm Jed Mosby.
And then there's this one clip. I remember I sent it to you where they actually do call Ted Jed. You remember that
I don't
when he
remember
got
that.
his dick stuck in the thermos?
What?
And they were like, let's see how Jed got his thing stuck in the thermos. And I was like, did I hear that right?
Oh, was it
It's
the
in
time
the
when they
last
did a
season.
story? But it was like, was it the movie one where they made a movie about Ted's life, but they changed the name so it wasn't Ted?
No, I don't know. It was Robin was talking about it with Lily. I think it was at the wedding.
Lily's hot.
Yeah, I thought Robin was hot too.
She's okay.
I don't know. I thought she
I
was
think
more
she-
than okay.
she's
When I was younger, I
yeah.
thought she was more than
Was
okay.
she the first girl you busted
Yeah.
to?
Oh.
That's crazy. You had
Don't-
Lily
don't-
right there and you fumbled the bag.
Okay. At no point was Lily in a sundress like Robin. That's the whole
So did
that
it.
scene right there. I was like, whoa. And I thought I after I saw that, I thought I was dreaming, bruh. At first, I thought nipples weren't even real. No, I didn't.
What?
What?
And when I saw that, I was like, wonder what that is, right? And I was like,
You're like, look like mine.
Bro.
And then I was like, because I remember the whole reason why I even knew how to do it was because the GTA taunt,
No,
the
Eduardo.
jerk it taunt,
Oh my.
and I was like, huh.
Let me try it out.
There's like that's enough space for my slang, but it wasn't a slang yet because I was in middle school. It was just a dick, right? So then I did it, and I was like, "What is this experience I'm experiencing?" We can say that for later, though.
Actually, that does bring about a good question though. How do kids learn how to do it? Because like nowadays it makes sense, but in our generation, we kind of just know what to do. And how do we know that?
Don't.
It just felt natural.
I don't remember actually.
Because at that point, it's like you've probably never seen porn.
No.
I used to Google boobs and naked boobs.
Do you ever put the vibrating controller on your like thing?
Yeah.
Of course you did, menace.
So weird, bro. You're addicted.
Disgusting. I used to search up naked boobs on Google Images.
Bro.
Yeah, and then what else did I search up? I would go on YouTube and I'd search
And
up
look up
girls
girls
kissing.
kissing.
Yeah, it's funny because at the time YouTube wasn't really like strict about their rules yet, so it wasn't straight up porn. They would cut out like the nudity, but they would like show
softcore.
like the girls like kissing and then like the over the you know the underwear and then like under it. And I was like, wow,
I mean,
basically
you can still kind of find stuff like that on YouTube.
Yeah,
Like,
naked
you ever seen
yoga.
Naked yoga.
yeah,
Naked yoga.
naked yoga. Yeah, you want to see it?
No,
You sure?
I'm
That's
sure.
exactly what it sounds like.
All right, I'll see.
It's
I don't need to see it.
I'll see it.
There's some massages that are usually naked that are on YouTube. A lot of loopholes you can get to on YouTube to find naked stuff.
The good stuff.
I didn't say good stuff. I said
Okay.
naked stuff.
Okay, I thought you said the good stuff.
No, I don't watch that stuff.
Yeah,
if I
like,
wanted to see
alright.
naked women, I just go to porn.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go to YouTube for it. I'm not down bad.
Yeah, I'm a man.
And where I was like, I'm a man. I don't use incognito mode.
Yeah,
I just
I
look it
use
up.
my full browser.
Do you actually?
No,
Oh.
Oh, you still use incognito?
because I have tabs in incognito, so I'm like,
have
there's
tabs
no
in
point.
incognito?
There's no point in like going into my full browser.
I guess that makes sense.
No point in like transferring it all to my regular browser if I just have it all in incognito.
Oh, you just have it pulled up and ready?
Yeah.
Don't they close?
No.
No.
Jose, remember in your like prime, if you will, you say you had the like 17 videos set up and you just go through and scroll through them?
Yeah.
You swore you were the guy.
I never said that.
You did.
I just said that's what I did.
No, because you were like, I can stroke it constantly at a good steady 17 RPM and still not bust.
RPM.
Yeah, I remember you used to flex on that. You're like, you think I bust that quick? And I was like, I never
You
claimed
think I
to
buzzed
know.
that quick?
Yeah, I was like, why
I
you
got
pulling-
15 videos
Because
set up.
at the time I was a simple man. I just got one video. Right?
As most normal kids do.
Yeah. Jose was like, I gotta pull up my 4 videos, and I'm like, why?
You're so
Is-
extra about
Is
it.
one video not enough? You're like, you think I come quick? And I was like, I never said that.
And you can kind of just make yourself finish quicker. It's not like you have to go
Yeah.
at the same pace.
I know.
You can just be like,
I know.
You're like
Yeah, just like ultra hype. I don't know.
ultra mode.
Hyperspeed.
Sure.
Hyperspeed.
Cause now it's just like, what am I feeling like today?
I don't ever sit through an entire video.
I used to.
It's very rare for me to do.
I used to watch like the plot because I would be like, how do we get
I
here?
was never interested.
Because I grew up and I started enjoying plot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, how did we get to this scenario? Why is stepmom
why'd you
going
get
off
to
on
hentai then?
stepdad? What?
Why'd you get into hentai then?
I didn't.
For the plot.
Oh, you're not?
I never said I'm not. I said I
For the
didn't
plot.
really get
Bro.
into it. When I was younger, I didn't really watch hentai. I didn't find
You
out
said,
about.
no, you said when you got older, you got into plot. So I'm saying, why'd you get into hentai? There's no plot in hentai.
Yeah, there is.
Like what?
There's some plot.
Ever
in
heard
hentai.
like the Dropout lore?
From what you guys have told me about Dropout, see, correct me if I'm wrong. This is what I remember from our conversation. So there's this dude, he's in school, and like if he keeps doing worse, he has to have sex with girls.
No. So it's the the plot of Dropout is that there's these top-notch kids, the top of grade. The top kids of the school get like the people who dropped out, the girls that dropped out, because since they don't care about not their education and these kids do, these kids' reward is to have like their own personal girl.
That makes sense. I've seen that
So,
one
Like
before.
as a sex slave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the MC is like, no, I don't want this for you, right? He's like, you can be free, like letting out a Pokemon or something. And then like, and then later on, he finds her in the urinal, right? Like she's like getting peed on. He's like, what? What is this? And she's all like, since you like let me free, they needed me to be used for something. So they
That's weird.
so then they used her as a urinal, not as a urinal, but to be peed on.
That's good.
That's a
plot to
urinal.
you?
That's a urinal.
I didn't say it was good plot.
Yeah, I just said
you
give
were
me a
like,
good
what
plot,
plot?
in hentai, and you said Dropout.
Oh, you said what plot? And I was like, Dropout has plot.
Good plot. What hentai has good plot?
Masterpiece.
That's a good question.
What is the plot in Masterpiece?
The plot in Masterpiece, right?
Why do you
It's
know
this.
the plot?
It's what?
Why do you know the plot?
You
Because
sound like a degenerate right now. Just,
no, bro.
It's like you know thinking at all. You're just like, oh, okay, let's go into the
Like, oh, you want a
Masterpiece.
good plot? Okay, we got this. We got this.
So the plot in Masterpiece is that this kid, right? He loses his family. Not family. His main family.
main
You're
film.
about to tell me the Demon Slayer story?
he loses like his parents, his mom and dad. So his aunt takes him in, right? And he has two cousins. Come to find out, they're step cousins.
Of course.
Step cousin?
Yeah, they're
course.
step cousins. And then Overflow, that has a good plot too. Anyways, but we're not there yet. So in Masterpiece, right?
Stop messing with your mic.
What?
Stop messing with your mic.
Oh, okay. So in Masterpiece, there it's like, oh, the girls are like, oh, you okay, cousin Chan or whatever, and then,
Cousin Chan.
yeah, MC Chan, and he's like, yeah, he's like, I'm just sexually frustrated. And they're like, I can help with that.
Bro.
I actually don't.
That's how
remember-
every hentai is.
I actually don't remember the plot.
That just sounds like porn. That's just a porn plot.
Yeah.
Why is that good? Why is that a good plot?
I actually don't remember the plot as I was talking
Bro.
about it. I remember the beginning of it, and I was like, oh, okay, I can work from here. I can't. Overflow. I know Overflow's plot.
Okay, what's the Overflow's plot?
So Overflow, right? It's just his friends that he's known since like he comes home one day, right, and he just sees his two close friends. He took the friend route, not the family route.
What?
You wouldn't know, Jose. You don't watch anime. Yeah. What?
Domestic girlfriend, the family route.
Yeah. So he goes to his apartment one day after school, and he just sees two of his like childhood friends, and they're just sleeping. And he's like, "What doing? Why are you here?" And she's like, "Where's my pudding?" Like the actual pudding. Like
What?
there's like dialogue I skipped because I don't remember it.
That's a big skip.
He goes like, why are you? Okay, no. He goes, why are you here? And he's like, and she goes like, what? We're just hanging out at our best old buddy pal's apartment. Do you have any pudding? Right? And he goes, no. And then she's like, go get me pudding. He's like, okay, right? So then he gets with this one girl, right? Something happened, right? He's all dirty. He's taking a bath, right? And his two friends are also there, and they're like, oh, I want to take a bath. And they walk in on him somehow, right? But they're like not naked. They're just wearing like bikinis.
Why are they wearing bikinis to go in the bath? You mean a towel?
No, they were naked. That's right.
Oh, okay.
Because then they're right. She falls into the tub. One of his friends, black-haired friend, right? There's brown-haired friend and there's black-haired friend.
You don't know names?
No. The black-haired friend falls into the tub, right? And now she basically is like on his crotch area, right?
Okay.
And then he's all like, calm down, right? If you move too much, it's
Is
over.
he telling himself that?
Huh?
He's telling himself that?
He told himself and her, he's like, calm down. If we move too much, some bad stuff might happen, right? And then brown-haired friend also gets in the tub, right? And she's like messing around. So black-haired friend is basically like grinding on MC Chan. So basically, brown-haired friend, she goes, all right, there's not enough space in the towel. I'll just wash myself in the other side. They like dump themselves with water. And the MC is like, don't move, black-haired Chan. Black-haired friend. And she's like, why? He's like, can we do this? Right?
What?
So then they have sex in the shower, whatever. And then the second scene of them having sex, same episode, keep in mind, right? He's they're all sleeping together, and he's like, I need cheeks again.
This doesn't sound like a good plot, Eduardo.
Low key, it actually kind of does.
No.
So yeah, he's like, I need cheeks again, right? I'm feeding.
It's just a sequence of events.
So he goes up to his black-haired friend, and she's like, and she's asleep, right? And brown-haired friend's asleep, and he's going after black-haired, who's to his left, and he's like, can I do it? And she goes, no. He's like, all right, can I do it between the thighs? And she goes, sure, right? So he's going off. Come to find out, it's not black-haired friend, it's brown-haired friend, right? And black-haired friend's asleep.
Whoa.
And then brown hair's like, what are you doing? And he goes like, what? Right? But he was dirty talking to begin with. He's like, this is like your fault, right? You're looking so cute. And she goes like, oh my god,
Bro.
Why'd she say, what are you doing? She clearly knew what
I was
he
about to say, didn't she just give verbal consent?
That's why I backtracked. She's like, hey, why are you doing this? And he goes, you're not black haired. So he finishes, right? And then she goes, yeah. And he goes like, how could you do this? And he goes like, why were you so cute?
What?
Yeah, he had to act like a chick because he already followed through. He wasn't about to back out. He just followed through with the whole thing. So he had to be like, you're so cute. So that's what I want. He never wanted to do it, right? And then he just had to step up to the plate and lie and be like he wanted to do it. Next episode, right? That's where the first episode ends. Next episode.
I don't know if I want to sit through the whole series.
I don't think we don't have to go through the entire Overflow saga.
There's 3 episodes. I was about to go off.
No. I think we're good.
I think we're good. I think we're good too. I don't want to end the podcast on a hentai note. Got another topic we can finish off with.
So you excited to drink today, Jose?
Yeah,
Sure.
we can talk about that.
I guess I'm excited.
Doesn't sound so excited.
It's either way. I guess I'm excited. I mean, that's the best way I can put it.
It's either way on what?
Either way, like you die of alcohol poisoning or what?
I mean, I was never like super ecstatic on drinking. It's just something that I'm doing.
Sounds like an alcoholic mindset. I'm not ecstatic to drink. I just do it.
True.
Kind of like
You
Gabe with wine.
No.
I just don't know how the sequence of events is gonna play out. You know,
You drink, black out, we'll take you home.
and we're gonna drink at home.
We are.
Yeah.
With what?
No one gets drunk at 10 o'clock in the morning, Eduardo.
Why not?
You sound like an alcoholic for wanting to do that, Eduardo.
Yeah.
I was for a little bit. There was a good month or two where I was like an alcoholic. I'm not even gonna lie, an underage alcoholic. Unbelievable. We live in this world.
You're a menace.
We live in a society.
We do live in a society.
You're a menace.
So really, that's it. You ain't like.
I don't know what I'm gonna be drinking yet.
Are you just looking at the cat? Yeah. She's fighting like a wire.
Yeah. That's like her favorite toy.
Yeah, even
It's
though
not
you
even
have
a
like
toy.
you have a whole toy right here. She's playing. That's like I've seen the joke where it's like cats will like boxes versus their own toys, and then like enjoy a box more than their own cat toys.
Yeah. Yo, what the cat doing?
So you want to end it here?
I think we're good.
I guess.
I wanted Jose to talk more,
Yeah.
so I tried to give him a topic, and,
Oh, yeah,
and he
Jose.
goes, "Yeah."
About
Jose, you never said what was your first rated M game?
I said
He did, he said
GoldenEye.
Golden? Oh, I did not hear that.
007.
That wasn't a rated M game?
Yeah, I guess
think
so.
so. I don't know. I remember trying to get the golden deagle on the top of a map in some map somewhere. That's all I really remember about that game.
All right.
Because I played on the Nintendo 64. I mainly played Pokemon Stadium. On there.
There's technical difficulties going on set right
Nah,
now.
it's still good. They don't know that.
Okay.
You could have just said nothing.
I thought it was gonna be caught.
Really
I
had
thought
to
it was gonna be
expose
caught on
him
the
like
audio.
that.
It's because we have a cat walking around.
True.
The cat knocked it over.
All
True.
right.
It wasn't me.
Well, that concludes the second episode of the JOWP podcast. We'll catch you next time on the third. And so long.